Okay, this is Unit 4A, and this is Lesson 1, Linear and Nonlinear Expressions in X. A symbolic statement in X with an equal sign is called an expression in X. The equal sign divides the equation into two parts, the left side and the right side. The two sides are called expressions. We can also use variables other than X. The following chart contains both linear and nonlinear expressions in X. Sort them into two groups and be prepared to explain what is different about the two groups. Okay. I am going to circle the linear ones. So let me do this so that you will know. Okay. And these are the ones that are linear. Okay. Now it says identify which equations you placed in each group. Explain your reasoning for grouping the equations. Okay. Here we go. I circled. All expressions. Where the exponent on X is A1. Okay. The other expressions have an exponent on X that is not A1. Okay. Next. A linear expression in X is an expression where each term is either a constant, an X, or a product of a constant and X. The reason we want to be able to distinguish linear expressions from nonlinear expressions is because we will soon be solving linear equations. Nonlinear equations will be a set of equations you learn to solve at the end of this year. We also want to be able to recognize linear equations in order to predict the shape of their graph, which is a very important concept we will learn more about later. Next. Example 1. Let's examine the expression. There we go. Let's examine 4x plus 3, 4 plus 3x to the fifth more deeply. To begin, we want to identify the terms of the expression and how many terms are there and what they are. Okay, we have two terms, and they are 4 and 3x to the 5th. How many terms are comprised of just constants, and what are they? There is one term, and that is 4. How many terms have coefficients, and what are they? One term has a coefficient. That term is 3x to the 5th power, and it has a coefficient of 3. So now, is 4 plus 3x to the 5th power a linear or nonlinear expression in x? Why or why not? It is nonlinear, and I shouldn't have that comma in there. I have a dash, sorry. Okay. It's the sum of a constant and product and products containing an exponent on x that is not 1. Okay? Now, next. Combining like terms. We've remembered how to do this. Okay? It says simplify the expression. 7x plus 9 plus 6 plus 3x. Well, 7x plus 3x is 10x. 9x or 9 plus 6 is a positive 15. So now it says how many terms does the expression have? And what are they? Well, we have 2 terms, and they are 10x and 15. Okay. Now to fill in this blank, it says is 10x plus 15 a linear or nonlinear expression in x, why, or why not? It is linear the sum of a constant and products that contain exponents of 1 on x. Okay. All right. Our next example, distributive property. Okay. Distributive property. So let's simplify this expression. Remember, distribute to everybody in your house. Sign goes with the number. So we have negative 3n plus 15. So again, how many terms does this expression have? What are they? We have two terms, and they are negative 3n and 15. And then is negative 3n plus 15 a linear or nonlinear expression in x, y, or y not? It is linear. It's the sum of a constant and products that contain an exponent of 1 on x. Okay. So next we tried it on our own. Okay, here we go. So simplify the following expressions by combining like terms, distributive property, or both. Well, here I have 3x minus 8x, which is negative 5x, minus 5 plus 6, which is plus 1. Here I have 5 minus 3y minus 21, which equals negative 3y minus 16. Okay. Next it says to state whether or not the expression is linear or not linear. If it is not linear, then explain why. So here we are adding these. There's nothing in front, so I can drop the parentheses. So we have 15 plus, well, actually inside here, we can actually combine these. These are like terms. So 4x minus 2x is 2x. Okay. And to state this, this is linear. My exponent on my x is 1. Here, I have x to the third divided by x squared. So we have x to the 3 minus 2, which is x to the first, or x, therefore linear. Here, ladies and gentlemen, remember 1 over x is the same thing as x to the negative 1 minus 4. Therefore, nonlinear. The exponent on x is not 1. And there are your answers for that. Okay. So next, example number 3. It says write each of the following statements. Let me move this up, I'm sorry. Write each of the following statements as a mathematical expression. State whether or not the expression is linear or nonlinear. If it is not nonlinear, then explain why. The sum of a number and 4 times the number So the sum of a number and 4 times the number. And this is linear. And for these, all of these, we are going to say let x equal a number. For B, it says half of the product of a number multiplied by itself 3 times. Okay, so 1/2 the product of, which means in parentheses, a number multiplied to itself 3 times. A number multiplied to itself 3 times. Well, that would equal 1/2 times x to the third, which therefore means nonlinear. And therefore the exponent is 3, not 1. And for C, we have an admission fee of $10 plus an additional $2 per game. So we have $10 plus $2 per game. And this would be linear. Okay? And I believe that is the end of our lesson, ladies and gentlemen. And it is.